I'm Yuli.
Hi, I'm Medhi. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming today. So would you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Medhi. I'm a student here. I've been in Korea for about a year and I'm very interested in skincare. Nice to meet you guys.
Guys, guess what? We are going to talk about the differences between Korean and French skincare today.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. 이것이야.
이거지. I'm so excited to be here actually. I had a lot of things I wanted to mention when it comes to Korean skincare. So I'm definitely gonna use my time here well.
Alright, so let me cut to the chase. So you're interested in skincare, right?
I am. I'm very, very, very interested in skincare. And I'm talking about skincare even to people who don't ask for my opinion. So I've actually had a few troubles with my skin when I was a teenager. And I think that's when I started to become interested in it.
I think our subscribers are waiting for someone just like you. The brands like Nux, Bioderma, and Laroche-Posay is very famous worldwide, including Korea, right? Are they famous in France as well?
Yeah, of course, they're very famous in France. The way we actually pronounce it is La Roche-Posay, Nux, Yves Rocher, et Bioderma.
Oh, Bioderma?
Yeah.
Oh, Bioderma.
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 Bioderma. So they're definitely very popular. There's also Avène. Avène is very popular. Avène and La Roche-Posay, they have a bit more of a medicinal aspect to it. So they're sold in pharmacies and they're very trustworthy. So people love it a lot. There's also Yves Rocher, there's also Nux, there's Bioderma, like we said before, but the price points are gonna be different.
And one more question. We did Korean 10-step skincare last time with Mimi from the States, and she thought it was very surprising that Koreans had so many steps in their skincare. How about in France?
Well, French people would definitely be surprised. When I observe my mom, my friends, or even my sisters, I think the simpler the better. They erase their makeup, they clean their face, they use a moisturizer, and that's it. Most people don't really go the extra step. People who really know about skincare, maybe they're gonna look for a serum or something, but most people, they like really the simple way.
I think people should only use products necessary for their skin.
Right, and these days we hear the word skincare a lot, and I think it's a great thing.
Right, then shall we talk more about the differences product by product?
Let's go.
Let's go. First, cleansing. In Korea, there's things like cleansing balm, cleansing stick, cleansing oil. But do you guys also have as many different types? What do you guys use, like cleansing water or cleansing milk?
Well, so not only do I have 3 sisters, but my first part-time job was at a supermarket. And the bestseller would always be some kind of micellar water. So there would be the Mixa one, the Nivea one, the Diadermine. There would also be the Bioderma. Of course, it's a classic. But I've never seen cleansing balms.
Really? Then it's your mission to let the French know about cleansing balm. So today I brought cleansing balm from Hamish.
Ooh.
Do you know this one?
I know it, I've heard of it before.
It's fragrance free and it gets rid of your makeup really softly.
Really?
Yeah. Have you tried?
I've never tried it before.
What is this?
I have no idea. What is that? 이거 뭐지?
이거 뭐예요?
Even that is my first time seeing this.
Eyeliner.
I'm not used to makeup, so...
It's the texture is like sherbet.
It has no fragrance, but it still smells good.
It's removing all of the makeup. See?
Wow. And I've only been doing for a few seconds, but it erases everything. That's crazy.
신기하다. Wow!
Yeah, there's nothing here now. And I've always thought it was interesting actually because cleansing balms, there is so many good cleansing balms in Korea, right? And it's not only good for your makeup, but also to erase your sunscreen because we all have to put sunscreen on, right?
And what about the moisturizer? What I can think of at the moment in France, it's like white, creamy types of moisturizer and some watery lotions, right?
I think just like in Korea, actually a lot of the gel type moisturizers are becoming more and more popular. And right now, actually, even in Korea, I think there's 2 types from Sinmur that are quite trending right now, right? So there's the one, the macadamia real moisturizing cream and there's the facial moisturizing lotion. I think in France, there's also a difference between men and women. So women, they're gonna love a lotion like that because it goes under makeup very well. Men, they don't care. So I would say that it's a little bit different. There's also a big organic movement these days, but what I would want to say is that organic isn't necessarily good. It can be really irritating. So for example, you know, like cinnamon is natural, essential oils are natural, but it can be quite irritating. A lot of people are allergic. So we have to be careful about that kind of thing.
For Koreans, I think they love huge convenience bottles that they can use for the skin and the body as well. So the ceramide Ato lotion from Ilion is very popular.
I have it at home actually. Yeah, I use it whenever I kind of want to stay away from too many steps in my skincare and I want to give my skin a rest. It's also fragrance free, so that's pretty good. The thing is that I don't want to tell people to not use fragrance because sometimes, you know, when you do your skincare, you pay attention to the scent and it's really calming and you really like it, right? It's kind of like a treat. But I think it's important for people to know and to consider that fragrance, as time goes by, can be sensitizing. So even though right now it's not necessarily bad for you, over time it can make you very sensitive to other ingredients and it can cause allergies and things like that. And I think that's one of the reasons why La Roche Posay is so popular in France. They really care about having no fragrance in their product. And actually, French people don't really like fragrance in their products, I think. Yeah, they like organic stuff, right? If there's a smell, they think, that's not really organic. So that's why I think one lotion that is very popular these days in France is the Tolerian lotion by La Roche Posay.
Next is serum. I think it really shows what skin problems people target in each country. These days, because of the virus, everybody wears masks. So the ingredients for skin soothing and skin barrier are quite trendy. For instance, panthenol, centella, and ceramide.
Right. I think that's very particular to Korea, actually. I think most people in France, they don't even know what centella is. Hyaluronic acid, though, is very popular in France. I would say that serums from L'Oréal are actually quite popular because they're very accessible. So for example, there's one that's called Revitalift that is very popular. And there's always La Roche Posay, again, with Effaclar, that is very popular these days. The Effaclar one actually really helped me with my skin when I had trouble as a teenager. And I think La Roche Posay and L'Oréal, you know, these brands, they're very trustworthy. And to be honest, people in France, they don't really care about the ingredients. They look at the package, they see the brand, and they're like, I can trust them, and they buy. That's my opinion, yeah.
I've got some famous serum in Korea. Ta-da! You know this one? It's Ampoule serum from Bioderma.
I've seen it before. It's very popular these days, right? And the texture is good as well.
So I bought these kinds of products in Olive Young and Ropes Lalabla. You know this?
Yeah, I know about it.
Of course.
Right.
Because these stores is everywhere. Like Olive Young, Ropes, Lalabla.
Right. To Olive Young, Lopes, Lalabla, Olive Young. Actually, there's something that I want to say. I think access to skincare or even treatments is wonderful in Korea. I think you cannot compare to any other countries.
Korea.
I think in Korea, the marketing is definitely very aggressive, but there's also a lot of sales. In France, we have Sephora that I think could be compared to Olive Young. But most people, I guess, would go to, you know, the supermarket or maybe to the pharmacy to buy their products because it's the most accessible. And sometimes, you know, you don't want to find a Sephora, you just go to the supermarket, there's a pharmacy near your neighborhood, and you just go there and buy a product. That's my experience in France.
Lastly, sunscreen. There are lots of sunscreen in Korea, right? There are so many different types of sunscreen, like sun cushion, sun stick, something like this.
Right.
And this is some sun cushions from Medhi, and it's chemical sunscreen. So it doesn't have white cast at all. It's very clear, so you can retouch after the makeup and outside.
I think that's so important because sunscreen you have to reapply, right? You cannot just apply it in the morning and then you're done. I think you have to reapply every 2 or 3 hours. So that would be perfect because a lot of people are actually afraid of reapplying sunscreen because they don't want to ruin their makeup or something like that. But cushions could be a great idea actually. I think we need that in France. We need that like abroad, but we only have it in Korea or like in Asian countries, I think. Yeah.
So reapplying sunscreen is very, very important.
Very important.
What about in France?
So there's Nivea, there's La Roche Posay, there's Avène. They're very popular, but we don't have as many different kinds like that of sunscreen, so it's mostly just lotion. Unfortunately, as far as I know, not too many people apply sunscreen in France. So I'm a bit sad about that.
Why?
I think it's mostly because people just don't know that it's important. I think in Korea, since very young, people teach you that, you know, you need to apply sunscreen, that skincare is very important. In France, it's quite different. Skincare is kind of seen as something that only older women do. So yeah, I think it's quite, maybe a cultural difference, we can say that.
Okay, so I think it's your another mission to let the French know about sunscreen.
Wait, how many missions do I have now? So I guess one of the things is mostly makeup, because you know when you apply sunscreen, you know, maybe your makeup doesn't go as well or it isn't as smooth, maybe there's a little bit of texture according to the sunscreen that you use. So yeah, makeup could be another factor as well.
That's why Koreans make sunscreen that go well with makeup, like sun cushions and some primer.
Right.
And some makeup products that contains SPF, right?
I think the trend is slowly picking up in the States, for example, where they have mineral powders, like there's Supergoop, there's Color Science. But one thing that I want to say is that usually, even when there's a trend in the US or another country, they make it so expensive. So for example, I think the Color Science one is maybe like $40 or the Supergoop one, the same price, about the same price. So I think trends that come from Korea, they make it like so much cheaper because there's so much more competition. That's something that I noticed, yeah. And like we said, reapplying is so important, right? So that's why I think Korea needs to make more, you know, mineral powder products. But reapplying is not only important for the face, but also the lips, right? So there is also lip balms with SPF that you can apply. And I wish our audience can maybe consider buying something like that.
Thank you so much for coming today and for all the information shared with our subscribers.
Well, thank you for having me. Because like I said, I love talking about skincare all the time. And I think my friends are a little bit tired of it. So I think I'm gonna come here now to talk about skincare.
Of course, you can come anytime.
Good.
If you like this video, press like,
subscribe,
and give us a thumbs up.
And if you want to know more about me, my content, or skincare in general, you can head over to my channel and the links will be in the description below.
See you guys in the next one. Bye!